Okay, YouTube, today I'll talk about the Ruger 1022 takedown. I'm sure everyone's seen one. I want to ask the question, how much money can you dump into one? By the end of this video, I will look like an idiot. But this gun, as everyone knows, comes in a small backpack. The only thing I don't like about it is this symbol. That symbol might as well just say, hey, I have a gun in this bag. The only other thing a symbol like that on a bag this size could mean is maybe I play ukulele for Hank Williams Jr. Good old Bocephus. But everyone knows what that symbol means. But that's no big deal, really. Why would anybody want a gun like this? Well, it's different. It's unique. It has features on it that make it, I guess, attractive to maybe preppers, which I am not. But I ordered this particular gun. It had a black synthetic stock and the Williams fiber optic sights. The red front sight, green rear sights, they really stand out. I really like them. It had a standard bird cage type flash suppressor. I added this one just for looks, and again to see how much money I could dump into a Ruger 1022. This laminated stock I added. It's a Ruger stock. They call it a gray laminated stock. It has a little green tint to it. I don't know how well that's showing up on this camera, but it's a nice looking stock. It's a lot more refined than the one that come on it. The checkering on the factory stock was cut really deep, and it would almost cut you if you didn't watch it. I was going to sand it down with some sandpaper, but I ended up just replacing it. When I got this gun new, it wouldn't eject, and that's always in the bolt. If you have a 1022 that won't eject, it's usually because of either the extractor or the ejector. It's usually in the bolt itself. So I immediately, when Ruger sent me my second one, replaced the bolt and charging handle with this one from Kidd Manufacturing, K-I-D-D. This is a quality bolt. It's drop-in ready. It's made from billet stainless steel. When you compare it side by side to the factory Ruger bolt, you'll see that this one has a high quality and it's well worth the price I paid for it. This gun is also drilled and tapped, and it comes with a scope base. I'm not going to put a scope on this one, and if you do put a scope on one of these and it sticks out past the end, you're going to have problems. It won't fit back in your bag if you plan on keeping it in the bag. You'll either need a short red dot type sight or maybe some quick detach rings where you can pop the scope on and off. I don't want a scope on this one. I have two other 1022s and they both have scopes. I'm just going to leave this one with the sights. What would be the purpose of this gun? Well, I used to watch preppers on TV, and some of them guys took it to the extreme, but I enjoyed watching it. But if you had this gun in the backpack and you ever had to head out into the woods, this would be an excellent gun to have with you. 22 is good for a lot of things. You can shoot small game. You can defend yourself with it if you had to. People ask if I would use it for self-defense, for home defense. No, I would not, but it could be done. The 22 will kill a person. and it's killed a lot of people. And you need to treat this 22 with respect, the same respect as you would a big gun, because even though these bullets are small, they will do damage, and they will travel a long distance. So make sure of your target, make sure what's behind your target, and certainly, as with any gun, don't point it at anything you don't want to put a hole in. I have 2 of these paintball containers, and I think they will hold around 400 rounds apiece, and 2 of them will slide into this slot inside the backpack perfect. If I was going to store ammo in these, I would probably put a couple of desiccant packs in there with them. 22 ammo been hard to get the last couple of years, but you can still get it. I don't recommend anybody paying 10 cents a round for it, and that seems to be the going rate. I picked up this box in a gun store a week or 2 ago for, I guess it would average about 7 cents a round. So it's coming back down. And this store had a bunch of it, and there was no limit on it. And I was glad to see that. So maybe in another year or 2, we'll be back to somewhere close to how it used to be. I don't think it'll ever get back like it was, but it might get close. So keep your eyes out. Don't buy it and store it if you don't need it, and certainly don't buy it and try to gouge people with it. There's enough of that going on. On the outside of this bag, this pocket here with the Bocephus emblem was designed to carry an SR-22 pistol. Well, that's not what I would put in it. You already have a 22 in this bag. If I was going to put anything else in it, I would put a small 9mm in it, like this LC9S. That way you would have a handgun and a long gun. Down here's another bag you can pocket, you can store stuff in. It has dividers in it. Also has the MOLLE webbing on the front so you can attach other things to it. This particular 1022 came with the BX25 mag. I also have a BX15 mag. I have several of the 10 round rotary mags. They're fairly cheap, and you could get several of them in one of these pockets on this bag. So if you are a prepper, a 22 like this would be great. You could grab it and go. You could hunt small game with it. You could defend yourself with it. Or you can do what I do, and that's just take it out and have fun with it. These guns are also great for teaching new shooters the fundamentals of shooting, how to handle a gun safely, and to bring young people into the sport and to keep it alive. We're going to have people to fight these nut jobs trying to kill the Second Amendment when we're gone. And them people are the young people. Need to get them into shooting and show them it can be fun, it can be a great hobby. And just because you have a gun don't mean you're a criminal, like everybody else is trying to teach them. But this gun here, it's a great gun in my opinion. I think everyone should have a 1022. 1022's been around for 50 years. They've made no telling how many. There's thousands and thousands, if not millions, out there. As far as 22 rifles go, the 1022 has got to be the king. I have 3. I have 2 regular 1022s that I've had for a long time, and I have this takedown. Now, I'm not sure if anybody needs 3, but I think everyone needs 1. They're inexpensive, unless you're an idiot like myself, and add all these aftermarket parts, which are available by the busload. There's bolt manufacturers. There's several different manufacturers that make triggers, which I will be ordering one for this one. Even Ruger makes a BX trigger now that is much improved over the factory trigger. I've shot one. I do not have one. I will either probably put a kid trigger in this just because I have the kid bolt and charging handle and I'm happy with them. But you can sink a lot of money and do a lot of nothing, and that's the way this hobby is, I suppose. But I really like this gun. I think everyone should have one. Everyone should have a 10-22. I think everyone should have a 12 gauge shotgun, and everyone should have at least one handgun. But that's just my opinion. But if you're interested in picking up one of these, there's so many variations now. There's blued barrels with wood stocks. There's camouflage stocks, several different camouflage patterns. Stainless barrel, blued barrel, threaded barrel, non-threaded barrel. The threaded barrel happens to be 2 inches shorter than the non-threaded barrel. But there's tons of options, and then you can not only pick the one you like best, you can add and modify, and it's just really fun to shoot. You can keep it in the backpack. I don't. I have it put together all the time and in the safe. I don't plan on bugging out, but if I do and I'm in that big of a hurry, I guess I'll just have to go without it. But pick yourself up one. If you don't have one already, you need one. Everybody needs a 10-22. Take it out, teach a kid how to handle a firearm safely, get them into the shooting sports, and keep our amendments, our rights, keep them alive for the future. Thanks for watching.